to Unit 4. My name is Dr. Rena Rutlinger-Reiner. Up until now, we have learned about our personal identity and those of others and discussed multiculturalism and cultural diversity. In this unit, we will learn about the concept of empathy, its importance, and why it is sometimes difficult to feel empathetic towards other groups. We will look at ways to cultivate empathy towards others.
Let's watch an extract from a movie called Arranged. After it, we will see a number of responses to the video.
Look, the two of you are some of my smartest teachers. I mean, you work hard, you love your kids, you come on time, you're creative, you're successful participants in the modern world, except for this religious thing. You know, I mean, the rules, the regulations, the way you dress. What happens in 2-3 years? I lose you. I lose you to the yeshiva. I lose you to the mosque school. And then they marry you off? I mean, come on. We're in the 21st century here, for crying out loud. There was a women's movement. You know, I went through it. I'm getting carried away. But you know what I mean. Okay, good. Go home. Better yet, tell you what, go shopping. Okay, here's some money. Get yourself some designer clothes.
Which response do you identify with? 1. As an onlooker bystander, I feel just the same as them. 2. Now I understand how easy it is when you belong to the majority group in the country where you were born. 3. I feel ashamed and angry about the principal's arrogance towards the young teachers. 4. I understand the disappointment of people in similar situations of lifelong discrimination. 5. I am flooded with feelings of compassion and anger when I watch this. 6. I felt the young teachers' distress. 7. It is difficult for me to identify with the young teachers.
Well, while watching the video, I felt a lot of emotions at the same time.
Yes, it relates to our subject, empathy between groups.
So what is interpersonal empathy?
Empathy is the tendency to understand and share the feelings of others.
So empathy is a feeling?
Empathy is a multi-dimensional phenomena including feeling, understanding, and response.
Tell me more.
One aspect is empathic echoing, the automatic ability to experience the feelings of another. It happens, for example, when we see someone crying and we feel tearful automatically.
Do you have an example of empathic echoing from the video?
As a bystander, I feel just the same as them.
The second aspect is empathic inference. One imagines the inner state of the other and takes their perspective. It's an intellectual understanding of the other's inner state.
I've got an example from the clip that we saw. Now I understand how easy it is when you belong to the majority group in the country.
And the third aspect is empathic response. Concern, compassion, gentleness, or wanting to alleviate the other's condition. For example, in the clip, I felt ashamed and angry about the principal's arrogance towards the two young teachers.
But the question is, can we feel empathy towards everyone in every situation?
Good question. Let's look at some research on this subject.
Ow! It hurts. What's he called? Muhammad? Who cares about him?
I hurt for her. She's called Sarah. I really understand how it hurts. I am so sad for her.
She's Jewish. What luck that she isn't an Arab girl.
Wow, you poor thing. It is difficult to suffer like that.
We just saw some of the research carried out by Levy and his colleagues in Israel, but the research has been repeated with different populations around the world. 80 young Arabs and Jews from Israel, 16 to 18 years old, took part in this experiment.
And what did they find?
The researchers wanted to look into the hostility and empathy of the participants by using brain scans while they looked at pictures showing painful situations involving Jews and Arabs. The researchers found that exposure to the other's pain aroused automatic activity in the brain area called S1, involved in mirroring processes, empathic echoing.
How long do you think the automatic empathic response lasts?
Just half a second.
Half a second, that's the time span in which the brain automatically responds to another's distress and it doesn't matter who it is.
And what happens then?
After half a second, the empathy becomes a matter of choice. A more advanced system gets involved and quickly decides, friend or foe? Do you need help or are you a threat? The researchers found increased activities in the brain's empathic systems only when the young people were exposed to the distress of someone identified as belonging to their people.
Why does this happen?
People tend to feel empathy towards members of their group, the in-group, and in parallel have difficulty feeling empathy towards members of an out-group.
Do you have examples of cases where one group doesn't feel empathy towards another group? What was the outcome?
Is there any hope?
Yes, there's room for optimism. The empathic mechanism is open to outside influences, prejudices, and messages, so researchers believe that empathy can be taught.
How do you do it?
We'll learn about that in the next unit.